Hello friends and happy Monday. I've got lots of things to show you, lots of updates, and I've been shopping and a little Temu order just arrived. So I've got plans for things to do today, and because I cleaned up all last week, this week I want to make a bunch of stuff. Even this month I just want to make a whole lot of stuff instead of cleaning all the time, but I do need to tidy up in here. So I'll show you what I made. I want to do the Mara Mermaid pattern review, so I started making another one. So this is the Because I'm Happy, and I had it in these little, rolled it up into all different colors. So we started with this purple one, which turned out perfect, and then we did the blue one, which the head turned out small, and then I just did another one, and it's also small. Like, its head is a little bit bigger than that one. And then I'm like, did I use a different hook for this? But I'm pretty sure when I did the short, I always show the hook. And I'm pretty sure that I showed a 2mm hook. And the yarn is the same brand and the same size as this. Are they the same? These look bigger to me than this. And I definitely did the pattern right on this one. So I don't know if I need to do some more in this size. Like, do I do the tail in this size and then see if it fits? But I did decide I'm going to do the same hair, and I'm going to film it for a short because I think that'll be cute. Keep getting so rudely interrupted by my dogs. So yes, so then these two can match, and then maybe if that turns out right that the tails fit, it's just got to do with this yarn here is smaller. But also in the back, because I had all these jogs where the color changes, I did do the slip, but here it's gone all bubbly because I was putting the stitch marker in. So here's where I stopped using the stitch marker, and I think I definitely like that better. So the girls are going to end up with a cute little set of mermaids, and then I'll try and make some more. I do prefer this size, so I'll make it again in this yarn and see if it turns out bigger. And if it doesn't, then I must have used a bigger hook. But yeah, I definitely prefer, I mean, they're both cute, but I prefer this. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little short video where we root the hair. And then later on, I'm going to add that in the pattern review video, and also how I do the face. I forgot to record that. But I do their lips in the same color as this. And then this is the same color as what the tail will be. But I do quite prefer the hair to the wig cap. So then the next update, when I was at work on Friday, I popped into one of my co-workers' rooms. They're in the 3 to 4 years old. And one of the ladies there, May, she crafts heaps of stuff for the room. And the kids are all really gentle and everything with the resources. And so Georgia, who's the room leader, she buys the craft supplies, and then May makes the stuff. So May had been making some peg dolls, and she made these tiny little fairies with, like, she used fabric for their clothes and everything. And then so I really like peg dolls too, and while I was cleaning up, I found my drawer full of all my wooden stuff that I want to make small worlds, and I'm going to make them for my girls, and then I'll make some for childcare. Because when I make something, I want to make like hundreds of them. And you could possibly sell them, but I like to make them, you know, so kids can actually play with them. And so I found this picture, and then I looked for a pattern, and I found this pattern, which I thought was the same. It's not exactly the same, but it's good enough, and it gives me lots of ideas and a base. So I got the little apron done. Because peg dolls are all different sizes, the pattern doesn't quite fit, and I think that's why people don't do a lot of patterns for the peg doll clothes. But it's gonna be like a little dragon, so I did this part, which is his little hat and tail. I can get it on his head. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to go like this. And then these get glued down here. And then you put a couple of little eyes on. And then I've started sewing the wings. And so that will go on the back like this, and then I got to sew the spikes that will go down the middle before I could sew this up. So yeah, that will be cute. This is how it will be on the front. I don't love this felt, but I did use my Cricut to cut it out. The thing about the pattern is she has a watermark across the pattern that has the actual cutouts. And so she's like, oh, you can't use the Cricut because I've got my watermark all over it. And I understand that the watermark's there because people do buy patterns and then just post them for free. But it's also annoying if you paid for a pattern and then you can't use it the way you want to because of a watermark all over it. So anyway, I just erased those bits on my Cricut, and then I measured the face of my peg doll, which was about 1/2 inch, and then I just shrunk the pattern to 1/2 inch. So yeah, and then it fits. But this top bit here doesn't fit that well. So anyway, I've clipped it like that, and I've still got to put a couple of little ears on there. So I'm working on that, but I have paused. And then something I want to do with the resin stuff is pimp up my keys, because there's just a heap of stuff on here, like all these old keychains and stuff, and I really like to mark my keys with different colors, and then you can just identify them. There's also a whole set of keys on here that I don't need. This is a keychain I got from one of the kids at school, so I might keep that, I'm not sure. So I got that resin mold for the alphabet keychain, so I want to do that today, and I'm going to make one for all the people I know, just for funsies and to do the video. But I'm also in the middle of making a set of resin dominoes. I had to stop because I ran out of resin, and I've had these dominoes sitting inside that fish tank that I showed you last week in the lounge room. We didn't get the lounge room cleaned at all. And it has like a netting over it, but it's still really dusty, so I'm gonna have to wash the molds. Yeah, so I was like, should I just continue or just stop and start again? But I think I'll finish what I've got. I'll show you. This is what I've done so far. So it's like a butterfly sticker, glitter and clear resin, and matching buttons. And then I'll spin you around. I've cut out all the other stickers, but you can see all that dust. So I can wash this whole mold, but then I'm going to have to like wipe that one out and maybe wipe on top. But I'll also show you, I'll pop one out so you can see what it looks like. So this is how it's looking, and this one just needs a back, and then you colour in the dots. But yeah, I think it's pretty. I think I'll continue. So we're going to do that first up, and then we're going to do some of the, I don't know why that's there. You see those 3 dots? Anyway, then we're going to do some of the keychains. But I think what we're going to do is I have UV resin and the other resin. So I'm just going to do UV resin in here after I wash it up to just stick the stickers down and the buttons. And then we'll do the other resin for the backs. See, that's still sticky, which is strange. Why wouldn't it have cured? Oh, and it's also got, here's my other, where is it? Here's the buttons I got ready and the bits of paper. So yeah, that came from that mixed bag of buttons. So these are green, yellow and blue. So we're gonna go and finish that, and I'm gonna make a video about it. So I'm gonna film that intro now, do those little bits, get that setting, and then we'll do the backs later, and then we'll get on to the alphabet keychains. But before we do that, let's check out what I just bought. Temu order. Now, some of these packs I got for free. So I got like a little, oh, so cute. Little flamingos. I'll just get a flamingo out. So we are going to do an amigurumi stick video where we use these little mix packs to make the ami sticks. So that anyone who wants to make their own, they could buy just the little mix packs. Look how cute. So there's that one. I'm pretty sure that was free. Got like a free offer. I bought the clothes and accessories for the Barbie dolls that we donated to childcare, so I'll take them to work this week. And then I got, oh, some more white safety eyes. I don't know why the backs are yellow, but they look like you might actually be able to get them on. Oh, and I got a tool to do that. That in here. Yeah, that's why there's only a couple of things, because they were free. So we've got to give that a go. Yeah, as a tool to get the backs on, because that's driving me crazy. So yay, so there's that. Then I bought some cream acrylics so that I can finish the tutorial for the Carnation Twist blanket, and we're going to do it in the lily pad colorway because I haven't got any more of the carnation colorway and I don't want to buy another ball. So I've got that. And then Lucy lost a tooth on the weekend, so the tooth fairy gave her $10, and while we were at Kmart, they have all their resin stuff on sale for like $2, $1. So we got some coaster molds, which we might play with today. I got a bangle mold, and I got rings. I got another one of these the other day, and I thought 2 of them can't hurt. These were $1, so do run in there. Then I got some paper cups from Spotlight so I can mix the resin. I got some alphabet beads because I saw a couple of pictures. I'll put one here if I can find it, of where they use beads to write your name on the keychain. So mine would be Beck, you know, with the letter B. Then I got some reusable stirrers, but I do have paddle pop sticks. And I got some shot glasses so that we can mix small amounts of the resin. And then I got some little containers because I have another really large container of alphabet beads that I need to sort through. But we'll sort after we do some crafting and filming. There's my phone. And then I got, oh, these gold alphabet beads. So we've got black ones, gold ones, and the big box that I've got to sort out has coloured alphabet beads. And I could have bought a box that was like already sorted, but that would be too easy. I really enjoy sorting stuff. So that's all of that. Alright, so I finished pouring my resin dominoes, and I use UV resin, so I've just got it sitting out in the sun. I've got 10 minutes on the timer, so I thought we'll have a look at the garden updates. They're looking a bit sad because I just watered. Our broccoli is sprouting. So this is sprouting broccoli, and I'll just let that get a little bit bigger, and then we chop it off here and you eat it as broccolini. And then, well, probably in here actually. And then more sprouts grow, and you keep harvesting. So we're going to do that very soon, in the next day or 2. Here's the grass patch. Can't wait to mow it. Hopefully I'll mow this week, maybe on Wednesday. Cabbages look amazing. This one's still trying. It's a little holy. This is the poppies. This guy. We just got to keep a very close eye on him, and as soon as these start to separate, we have to pick it. But they're still very, very close, so we've still got time. But they're kind of, maybe another day. See what we can do. And we've got a friendly little visitor. Can you see him? It's a wasp. So when you don't spray stuff, the wasps will come and eat all the things that you don't want in the garden. Oh, there he is. He's very close. And then, look at this one. We've got another one. We've got zinnias. These are red ones. I thought that was supposed to be salmon. I don't know. And we're going to do another harvest of the purple snow peas. Well, hello friends, and happy Tuesday. I'm going to have to drive and talk I am on my way to meet with my partner, and I don't have a stand for my phone, so it's just in the cup holder. So my partner asked me to work for him today. He's finishing up a painting job, and he wants me to come and just help pack everything away because he wants to get to another job. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Bunnings, and I've got to buy some black tubs. He wants to put his drop sheets and stuff in there. We already have black tubs. They're at home and they're all stinky and gross, and he hasn't washed them out. They're actually in our bathroom in the shower because I refuse to do it. now I'm driving there to help him pack up. So anyway, he sent me the address and it's like an hour away. I was like, are you for real? But I do want to tell you about some crafting that I did. This morning I was on Pinterest and I've been looking at those like bag tag animals. I'll put a picture in, and I found this cute little post for an axolotl one, and it was like a little white and rainbow one. So this morning I could only film a little bit because my phone was nearly dead. So anyway, I filmed a little bit of that, and I made like a keychain charm and stuff, and I made it for Lucy's teacher. Her name is Emily, so I put her name on there with the alphabet beads that we got. Unfortunately, the seed beads that we got are a little bit like not uniform in shape, but they're supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a little bit rustic. So anyway, it turned out alright, but it's a little wibbly wobbly, and I don't think it's going to last very well. We made a pony bead one. Lucy made a pony bead axolotl for her bag. She made a big bag charm, and it's starting to fray and everything because she made it herself. So I do want to get some really fine wire and make them. There's also like these little fishies that you can make and heaps of things. So I've added a heap of patterns to my Pinterest. And yeah, so I'm excited to make some of those with the beads. And yesterday I got the now I'm stuck in traffic. Yesterday I got the purple row of dominoes done, so I can show you pictures of those. Unfortunately, everything was going great. I thought I would even get that video done yesterday because I was using the UV resin, and so you just use UV and it's cured straight away. Well, no, something had to go wrong, didn't it? So everything was fine. I did the face layers with the stickers and the buttons, and then I did a layer of glitter. And then I thought, oh, this is going so well, and I'll be able to finish the video if I just get the backs done. And for the backs, I wanted to do pearlescent white and then put the gold flakes on top. So yeah, I did that, and because the pearlescent was so opaque, it couldn't set. I think if I did it thinner, it would have set. Like maybe if I had done like 3 or 4 thin layers of UV. But I wasn't that patient. So it was like a 1/4 inch thick, and yeah, it didn't set, and it was a disaster. But anyway, I put that in the video, and I ended up being able to cure it through the face of the domino, because the face of the domino was predominantly clear. So anyway, we got through that, we got it all cured, so I got the purple finished. I am going to upload that as a short today, which is just finishing off the purple set. I think there's 8 of those. Yeah, I think there's 8 of each color. And then I wanted to mix up the epoxy today in the pearlescent and get that on. So hopefully I could do that this afternoon, because it needs like 48 hours to set. So possibly we could finish that video to upload on Friday. And then yesterday I got a message from my boss at the childcare asking me to work late Friday, and I said no because I already booked in a hair appointment. So I've got that to do, and now I'm working for my partner today. So anyway, we're going to go to Bunnings. We'll get the tubs. I bought my little stand, so I'll see if I can vlog a little bit just packing up his car. I'll just do a time lapse. And yes, hopefully this afternoon we can film that rooting the hair on the little doll and do its arms and stuff. So that's where we're at, and I'll catch up with you again. I'm in traffic. It's gonna take forever to get there. So yeah, we're on the way to Bunnings, so I'll catch up with you when I finish the shopping at Bunnings. Okay, half an hour later, we made it to Bunnings. Oh my god, the whole time there was so much traffic, but there was this lady behind me, and she was like, she would stop and then she'd like speed up, and then she'd go so fast that, you know how you like have to sort of go to the left or the right of a car so you got that little bit more space so you don't hit them in the bum. She kept doing that. I'm like, I'm going 20 k's, just really gently stopping and starting, and she was just driving me crazy. And then I looked in my rearview mirror and she's just like, la 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 la, stop, la 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 la, stop. And I'm like, oh my god. Anxiety. So yeah, that took like half an hour when it should have taken 15 minutes. Let's go get the tubs. I am busting for a wee, and then hopefully by the time I finish here the traffic will be gone, because I think it's just school traffic, and we'll see how long the GPS says that it takes to get to the job. So I saw these containers, but then I saw the price and thought, nope, they would have been perfect though. Here we are to the container aisle. These are the ones that he already has, but they say water resistant, not waterproof. And this is what we went with, the 80 litre waterproof. Alright, Bunnings trip finished, tubs acquired. We wanted to get the waterproof ones because we've put some pallets around the side of the house where my partner can put his stuff out in the rain. So I got the proper waterproof ones. I think the ones I already have are not waterproof. They don't look the same. Anyway, they're only like 30 bucks each, so that was okay. And then I just have to concentrate to get out of the car park. Yeah, while I was in there was all this hammer barn stuff, which is from Bluey. So Bunnings' logo is a red hammer. Bluey is an Australian cartoon, and in one of the episodes they make the episode about Bunnings, but they call it Hammer Barn because you can't use Bunnings because it's trademarked or copyrighted or whatever. Anyway, yeah, they every now and then they do some promotional stuff in store for Hammer Barn to get the kids in, and it's really cute. But I did just read that the ABC, which is the Australian Broadcasting Company, and they air the Bluey episodes, that they had just pulled that episode off the air for some reason. So I don't know what's happening, because Bunnings is completely happy with the episode because they use Hammer Barn in there and they collaborate with Bluey. So yeah, that was cute. So now all the traffic's gone and it's only going to take me 20 minutes to get to the job. So let's go. Okay, it's 1:30. I'm at the school pickup, and like I'm in this parking bay. This parking bay is on the side of the road, on the left hand side of the road, which is the side that we drive on. And there's some douche parked facing me. So they've parked on the, like, facing the wrong way on the left side of the road. So that was really annoying. But anyway, they look like they might be a P-plater because they've got like a thing on their car, like you have these magnetic squares that you put on the car when you're a learner and a P-plater. Oh, they're moving now. Wow. And yeah, that's them driving by. Oh, you can't see. So weird. So anyway, but it looks faded. So anyway, they left, whatever. So today at the job, I didn't do any filming, but I got everything into the tubs, which is really awesome. Anthony was happy with those tubs. At first he was like, oh, what'd you get? Meh. And then I said they're like proper waterproof because he wants to put them outside. And because they're domed on the top and they've got wheels and they're only $30 each, he was really happy with them. So that's good. We can get more of those and get his crap out of the house. And then I was able to do a quick little shop. I had enough time to go to the cheap shop and get the wire for the little thingies. So I was just talking to Anthony because he's at another job waiting for somebody, and I sent some photos through of what I want to make, and there's these cute little like sardine fish. And so for this photo I got the teeny tiny googly eyes. So everything cost $14. So there was this. It says 0.3 by 3 meters, so we know how big the wire is if you want to go have a look on Temu. But 3 meters doesn't seem like a lot. And then I got this one as well. See, this says just 3 meters, so I'm like, is this 3 meters each coil? Because if so, that's a pretty good deal. So then yeah, I got 2 of these, and I got this little box of beads because I didn't have like proper white. So we're going to try the axolotl again with the beading wire. And we've also got the fishy pattern, which I found on Pinterest. So yeah, that's the day. So I'm here a little bit early to get the girls. And yeah, so I've got my pliers at home with the wire cutters. So that should all be fine. I think you could almost cut that wire with scissors. So yeah, we'll just get the girls. And look what Lucy stole from the school grounds. So yesterday we were walking through the school grounds and we saw these big rocks, and she's like, can I take a rock home? And I said no. She put this in her bag. So we have the rock now, and I said she should paint it because she likes painting rocks. So that's what we'll do. Now for payment for working with Anthony today, I asked for KFC for dinner. He said he's going to go drink at a friend's house, so he's going to text through his order and eat it later. And we'll probably get ours on the way through with the girls because we like to eat straight away. We're early eaters for dinner, and then we can have a snack later. Or we normally buy enough that you could like sort of eat twice. So yeah, that's the update. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. I've still got the day off, yay. I didn't get called into work. And so I've got some updates. So yesterday I picked up the girls from school and Lucy picked up another 2 rocks. But last night she painted one. She said it's a little fishy. I think that's cute. She did the kawaii eyes. She used my paint pens, and I said she'll just have to go slow and be really careful, otherwise it's going to rip up the brush tips. And yeah, so she didn't want to do any more because it took so long. But that's one rock done. And then I started making another axolotl with the wire. And yesterday I thought it looked ugly while I was making it, but yeah, so much better, so much less wibbly wobbly. And then this morning when I walked in my room and saw it, I thought it was pretty cute. And I think we should use this for the Pimp Up My Keys video, which I'm yet to start. But I have started a video on the keychain that I made for Lucy's teacher, which I'm pretty sure I showed you just in case. Here's another photo. Yeah, so we're going to do that. But also, my stand is on top of the other beads. I think these ones are much more uniform, so I'm going to make one with these as well and see how that turns out. I've realized I don't have a black, but I did have a look on Temu, and seed beads are so cheap. Little baggies like yo big full of seed beads, the small ones like what I just showed you, the uniform ones. You could get 24 of those for like under $10. So we will need to do a Temu order. We're going to try not to get too distracted with the beads though, because we're kind of like going into another hobby. We still got to film the video of doing the doll's hair for the short. Got a lot of stuff going on. But also, having said that, I was on TikTok last night, and I always see like weird stuff that I didn't know existed, and I hadn't been on TikTok for a long time. So last night, the weird thing I didn't know existed, it's like a you know, astrology, woo-woo, all that jazz, you know. With numerology, you do your birth date and then it comes up with a number and they're your special numbers and whatever. This is called, let me go check what it's called. Okay, I'm back. And I just watched through like the last little bit I did, and I just want to say I am wearing the same shirt. I haven't had a shower. I just went to bed in this because Lucy and I are going to be doing some gardening in a minute. So if we're going to get hot and sweaty outside, I mean, I shouldn't go on to sleep in my sweaty clothes, but whatever. I was tired. And yes, I'll have a shower later. So it's called a human design chart. This is the picture I got. And I am you get a type, a manifesting generator. And it tells you, like, if you're on the right track, you're going to feel this way. And if you're on the wrong track, you're going to feel this way. So it's like, it's pretty woo-woo. But it's, so I'll just go through what it means because it actually turned out pretty accurate. So a manifesting generator is fast-moving, multi-passionate, non-linear creator, needs freedom and lots of variety. And I thought about it last night. I was like, oh my God, I'm looking on Temu for beads and I can't just do all beading videos. And that is why I call the channel Beck's Crafty Nook, because I wanted to do different crafts. But to start off with, you really need to stay in the same niche for like so many videos. That was a strategy. So I'm just I'll mix it up a little bit. Yes, so I don't know what I was gonna say. But yes, I was worried about, you know, oh, that's right. And then I was like, so I used to do all these crafts as a child. My dad bought me a bead loom at a school fair when I was about 10, and I did the bead loom. This is what they look like. It's for bracelets and stuff. And now we have the internet. It's the same with crochet. Like when I first started crocheting, I was just making blankets because that's what my mum did. And then when I discovered YouTube crochet, you got into the plushies and the different yarns, and I do quite a big variety of crochet in its niche anyway. I do wearables, I do plushies, I do the educational toys, like I have lots of variety of different yarns. I don't really hate too much of anything. There's a lot of creators who only do blankets and they hate everything else, or they only do wearables and they hate everything else. So anyway, I was thinking, when I was doing this stuff as a child, there wasn't the internet and I only had books, and there was only, you know, you only learn so much from a book and your own creativity. So now there's the internet. Oh my goodness, like I've been on Pinterest and I've been looking at tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, so it's a fun time. I also nearly got into like the doll makeover stuff, but okay, we're probably going to be doing like, and I like knitting too, and there's so much on the internet now that you can learn for knitting, so we will be seeing other crafts. We probably won't see like too much of the same thing. I like to do a variety of things. I like to experiment, which is kind of a problem as well because we still don't even have our mystics up on the website. But anyway, we'll get back to today's plan. So I'm just waiting for Lucy to have her breakfast, and we're going to go and water the garden. And yesterday when I picked the girls up, it was quite hot. Like we nearly needed a fan on. And so that's when I know, like I really go by the seasons at the moment with my gardening. And that's when I know that the weather is starting to change. So equally, when it came into winter, when we started having really cold mornings and days, a couple of weeks in a row, then I knew, okay, season's changing. I can start planting stuff. Excuse me. So I did actually just go harvest the broccoli forest, and I'm starting to put videos back on my 100% Beck's 100% organic garden. And so I did an ASMR of me picking all the snow peas. I'm also working on a full video now that I have storage space. And I think I've still got like 100 gig left. I do need to go back and delete some stuff, so hopefully we'll do that this afternoon. Yeah, now I've got more space. We're doing like a full growing guide. So today we want to start getting the seeds in for the summer crop. And so directly following winter crops, and the cauliflower is still going, we're still waiting for it to just get a little bit bigger. So directly following winter crops, I like to start sowing the summer crops, because by the time it's actually summer, it is really, really hot and the plants will struggle to grow. But if they're already halfway grown, they're okay. So we're going to be planting corn. And I'll just show you which corn we're going to do. So I just unboxed this corn the other day. And I get this from the supermarket actually. I've tried a lot of different varieties online because I wanted to save my own seeds. So if you save the corn cob and let it grow till it's old and crusty, the kernels are the seeds. And you know, all of these, each one is a seed. So you'd only really need to save one plant. I have to check if this is an heirloom, if they're what do you call them, if they're hybrid, which is two crossed together. So if you cross one plant and another plant together, that first generation, everything will be the same. But the second generation, if you save the seed from that, everything's going to be weird and higgledy-piggledy. So yeah, if it's heirloom, that means that the genes are really, really stable and you can save the seed. So I just got to check on that. But I really like this Honey Sweet. It's Yates brand, and so I either get it from Coles or Woolworths, and it's like $5 each. And unfortunately the seeds are treated, so I say my garden is organic, which is why I would like to save them if I can. Also, when you save your seeds, just like my purple snow peas, you get much, much better plants that are suited for your climate, and you get really good harvest. So anyway, so I'm putting together the growing guide for the snow peas. We're going to film planting these with Lucy. Lucy likes to garden. I'll ask Charlie, but often she says no. And she doesn't like to be on camera. And then yeah, look at these guys. See? That's a corn kernel, if I can hold it. It's all shriveled up. Aren't seeds amazing? Like, you get a whole plant. So we're going to plant all of these. We're going to have a bumper crop harvest. And yeah, this one, can confirm, is actually very delicious. I've tried different ones from Bunnings, seeds from Diggers. I tried heirloom varieties and they tasted awful. Also, when you pick corn, I don't know if you're interested in this tangent, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When you pick corn fresh from the garden, you've either got to cook it like straight away within the first 5 minutes. Like, I often pick it and put it straight in the air fryer, or pick it and put it straight in the freezer. Otherwise, it gets like this really weird starchy flavor. So I don't know what they do commercially. They probably treat it in some way so that the starchy flavor doesn't develop. But if you cook it straight away or freeze it straight away, you get this really beautiful sweet flavor. I mean, the corn kernels that we buy, that we buy sort of frozen in that, they would flash freeze them. They would pick them and freeze them straight up on the day. But the stuff you buy in the supermarket, that's been picked and stored for quite a long time before you eat it. It could be stored for 6 months before you eat it. But it doesn't have the starchy flavor, so I don't know what they do to it. They do something to it. So that's the plan for today. I'm just waiting on Lucy. And also, did I say I harvested the broccoli forest? This is what I got. I got like 160 grams from it. Today I also want to make like a cute little graphic for my videos, because the growing guide video, I'm weighing what I harvest, and I want to do like a cute little tally of how much harvest we got from the plants that I planted. And that's a good indication of how much do I need to plant for the next year, because I haven't collected data on that yet, because I enjoy data and numbers and organization, even though everything's chaotic. Okay, so I think that's enough rambling, and I'll go see if Lucy's ready to start planting some corn. I'm back, and this is Lucy, and today we're going to plant some corn seeds. Black trays. Lucy? Yeah. Can you stop glamour posing?
Why?
Because it's weird.
Okay. I'm just gonna get it.
We might only be able to do one tray because it's pretty hot out here. I'll have to come back this afternoon and do the rest.
Nope, I think I can do 2.
No, I think we'll just do 1. It's really hot.
Then maybe tomorrow we can make another one. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, all right, you ready? Yeah. Just drop it in and then I'll cover it up. Yep. And then we could just cover it like that. Yep. And then we'll do some more this afternoon. That's it. The rest need to go back in here.
Oh my god.
You just wait a sec. And then we'll do the rest this afternoon.
Bye, Axolotl.
Okay, it is 11 o'clock and I just did a whole bunch of housework for an hour. I did the washing. I put away a little bit of washing, but I still need to do more, but there's plenty of time. I mopped the floors, I vacuumed. I cleaned up my partner's room, like did the litter tray for Lola, did the litter tray for Frankie, and now I'm heating up some KFC chicken because I'm hungry and I had a bath. I washed my hair and stuff, so I could do some intros if I want to for some videos. So I'm just going to go check on the keychain video and then update about what I'm doing with that. Also, I forgot to tell you the girls are home today because there's a teacher strike on. And so you could take your children, but there's very minimal supervision. So they were like, if you can, please keep your children home. And I'm very annoyed because my partner is also at home. So he asked me to go work for him yesterday because he had a deadline to hit. And he asked me to help clean up and get everything in the car because the owner's coming today. And blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then, so it looked nice and all that. And then he decided to go out drinking with his friends last night. I said, remember, you've got to work, blah, blah, blah. And so he came home, like, early at 8:30. And then he decided to start playing PlayStation. Remember, you got to go to work. Oh, it's my last drinks. This is all I've got left. Well, stayed up all night. So next time he asks me to work for him, I will say, wow, because I lost a whole day of filming, which really annoys me. It's fine if it's helping him and he's being responsible, but he's a naughty boy. So, yeah, everybody's at home. I just text my hair client to see what she needs for her hair. I haven't done her hair in a very long time, maybe 4 months, just to see if I need to pop out today to get anything. If I don't need to go out, then I won't. So, yes, I'll just go update my video, see what I'm working on, and, yeah, finish this little cute little axolotl. Okay, it is 4 o'clock and I'm ready to end the vlog. I ended up getting the video made for the axolotls, so I will be able to post that today, Wednesday. So I got done, I redid Lucy's pink axolotl with a different thread, and then I put her name on it. I redid that charm as well, and then I did another axolotl charm with little seed beads for my workmate who just had her birthday. Well, I hope you had a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week with the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And check out these other videos.